All right, folks, if you're a rugby fan like me, you know the USA Eagles have been putting on a show lately. They're climbing the ranks, playing some seriously exciting rugby. We're diving deep into this article from Major League Rugby that breaks down their latest win over Tonga and what it means for their upcoming clash with Spain.
It's really fascinating what we're seeing with the Eagles right now. They aren't just, winning these matches, they're dominating. That 36-17 victory over Tonga, I mean, that was a statement performance.
Oh, absolutely. And it wasn't just a win. It launched them up to 15th in the World Rugby rankings.
Yep.
Their highest position yet, right?
That's right. And, it's not just a number on a screen. This reflects a real shift in their game. They're playing with a confidence, an aggression that we haven't seen consistently from the Eagles in the past.
I was particularly impressed with their defensive intensity. Cory, the Eagles flanker, racked up a staggering 18 tackles against Tonga. The guy was everywhere.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this team. It's not just about individual brilliance. You have to look at the system. The Eagles have clearly been working on their rush defense, putting pressure on the ball carrier, forcing errors. Daniel's performance is a testament to that collective effort.
Right. It's a team effort, for sure. And on the attacking side, wow, they were clinical, 33 points in the first 53 minutes. That's a serious offensive explosion. What do you think really clicked for them?
Well, their set piece accuracy was outstanding. They won almost all of their lineouts and scrums, giving them a solid platform to launch their attacks.
Right. But didn't you think their attack was a bit predictable in the second half? They seemed to rely too heavily on those crash balls from Paddy Ryan. I was hoping to see them utilize their backs more, especially with the speed they have out wide.
I see your point. I mean, there's always room for improvement, and diversifying their attacking options will be key as they face tougher opponents. But, you can't argue with the effectiveness of Ryan's carries. He consistently gained valuable meters, setting up those quick rucks and keeping Tonga on the back foot.
Okay, fair enough. But let's talk about those backs for a second. Connor Mooneyham and Nate Augsburger are electric. Every time they touch the ball, something exciting happens.
Oh, yeah, they bring a real X factor to the Eagles' attack. Their speed, their footwork, it's a nightmare for defenses to deal with.
Yeah, and the way they link up with A.J. MacGinty, who's been orchestrating the attack beautifully, is a joy to watch.
Absolutely. MacGinty's decision-making has been sharp. He knows when to distribute wide, when to go for territory with his boot.
Now, before we get too carried away, let's remember, they're facing a tricky Spanish side next. Los Leones put up a good fight against Fiji, a team ranked much higher than the Eagles. This isn't going to be a walk in the park.
Definitely not. Spain plays a very different style of rugby than Tonga. They love to use their kicking game to pin opponents deep in their own territory and then unleash their dangerous backs in open space.
So the Eagles will have to be on their toes defensively.
Yeah.
And they need to be smart about how they attack. Spain's wingers are lightning fast, so trying to outpace them might not be the best strategy.
Exactly. The Eagles need to adapt their game plan. They might need to employ a more tactical kicking game themselves and focus on controlling the tempo of the match.
We got a little glimpse into the team's mindset from Cory, who said, and this is a quote, "Spain is a good team. They have threats everywhere. They kick a lot and play the ball wide, so we are preparing for that. Really, we are focusing on ourselves and what we can do."
I love that quote. It speaks volumes about their maturity, their focus. They're not getting ahead of themselves. They're taking it one game at a time, and they're prioritizing their own preparation and execution.
No complacency. I like that. But what I'm really curious about is how they're going to adapt their lineup for this match. They've announced some changes, including Jake Turnbull at loosehead prop and Paul Mullen at tight head. And for those newer to the game, the props form the backbone of the scrum, so these are crucial positions.
Right, and those changes in the front row could indicate a shift in scrummaging strategy. Maybe they're looking to counter Spain's strength in that area. And we can't forget the debut of Noah Brown, the young winger. I mean, that's generating a lot of buzz in the rugby world.
Yeah. From what I've seen of Brown, he's a real talent. Blazing speed, elusive footwork, and he's not afraid to put his body on the line.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll get significant minutes in this match?
It's hard to say. He's certainly earned a spot on the team, but the coaches might want to ease him into the intensity of test rugby.
Fair enough. But I'm excited to see what he can do. I think this match against Spain feels like a real crossroads for the USA Eagles. It's a chance to prove that their recent success isn't a fluke, that they can adapt to different styles of play and perform consistently against, quality opposition.
Yeah, it's a huge test for them, especially with the Rugby World Cup qualifiers just around the corner. Do you think they have what it takes to be serious contenders on the world stage?
That's the million-dollar question. The talent is certainly there. They have a blend of experienced veterans and exciting young players. The coaching staff, led by Gary Gold, has instilled a real sense of belief and purpose. But the key, as you mentioned earlier, is consistency.
Right, they need to string together these big wins, not just show flashes of
So
brilliance.
so what are some areas where they need to improve to reach that next level?
Well, one area that comes to mind is their discipline. They gave away a few too many penalties against Tonga, particularly at the breakdown. Against a team like Spain, those errors could be costly.
Yeah, I noticed that too. They were a bit overeager at times, trying to force turnovers instead of staying patient and organized.
Exactly. And another area is their kicking game. While MacGinty's tactical kicking has been generally good, they haven't really exploited the attacking potential of their kicking game. Against a team like Spain, who love to play a wide open game, well-placed kicks could create real havoc.
I see what you're saying. Imagine a perfectly weighted grubber kick behind the Spanish defense, Mooneyham or Augsburger chasing it down. That could be a game changer.
Exactly. They have the weapons to do it, but it's about using those weapons strategically. They can't just rely on their power runners like Paddy Ryan to bash their way through every defense.
Speaking of Ryan, he's been a beast this year. His
Yeah.
work rate is incredible, and he just seems to get better with every match.
Oh, he's a true workhorse, and his leadership on the field is invaluable. He sets the tone for the entire pack with his physicality and intensity.
But he can't do it all alone. The other forwards need to step up as well. I thought the lineout functioned well against Tonga, but the scrum was a bit shaky at times.
Yeah, that's definitely something they'll need to address before facing Spain. The Spanish pack is known for its strength in the scrum. If the Eagles can't hold their own up front, they'll struggle to gain any momentum.
So all about winning those battles up front. Control the set piece, control the tempo of the game.
Absolutely. And that's where the experience of players like Greg Paterson and Joe Tafate will be crucial. They need to guide the younger players and ensure a cohesive performance from the pack.
And let's not forget the impact of the bench. The replacements will have a huge role to play, especially in the later stages of the match.
Oh, absolutely. That's where a player like Noah Brown could really shine. Imagine bringing on his fresh legs and raw speed in the last 20 minutes against a tiring Spanish defense.
Oh, I can already picture it. He breaks through a tackle, steps inside the fullback, and dives over for the winning try. Okay, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but you have to admit the potential is there.
Oh, he definitely adds an exciting dimension to the Eagles' backline, and his debut is just one of the many storylines to follow in this match. It's gonna be fascinating to see how the Eagles respond to the challenge Spain presents.
This feels like a turning point for USA Rugby. A win against Spain would send a strong message to the world that they're ready to compete at the highest level.
It would be a huge step towards achieving their goal of becoming a consistent force in international rugby.
And you know what? I believe they can do it. They have the talent, the coaching, and most importantly, the belief. This Eagles team is different. They're not just happy to be there. They're hungry for success.
Yeah, that hunger is palpable,
Mhm.
and it's contagious. It's spreading throughout the American rugby community.
You can feel the excitement building. More and more people are turning in to watch the Eagles play, and that support will only grow if they keep winning.
Oh, it's an exciting time to be a rugby fan in the U.S. The Eagles are soaring, and the sky's the limit for this team.
Before we get too carried away with dreams of World Cup glory, let's break down some of the key matchups to watch in this upcoming clash against Spain.
All right, let's start with the battle in the front row. As we mentioned earlier, Spain prides itself on its scrummaging power. Their tight head prop, John Zabala, is a formidable opponent. He'll be going up against the Eagles' Jake Turnbull.
That's going to be a clash of the Titans. Turnbull is known for his strength and technique, but Zabala is a seasoned veteran with over 50 caps for Spain.
It'll be a real test of Turnbull's mettle. He needs to hold his own in the scrum to give the Eagles a platform to launch their attacks.
And what about the lineout? Who are the key players to watch there?
Well, the Eagles will be relying on the experience of Joe Taufete, their veteran hooker. He's a skilled line-out thrower and a powerful ball carrier. Spain's main jumper is Victor Sanchez, their lock forward. He's a tall, athletic player with a good leap.
So the battle for aerial supremacy will be intense. Whoever controls the line out will have a significant advantage in terms of possession and territory.
Absolutely. And that's just one of the many fascinating battles we'll be watching closely. Another key matchup will be in the midfield where AJ MacGinty will be going up against Spain's fly half Guillaume Rouet.
Now, Rouet is a crafty playmaker with a good kicking game. He'll be looking to dictate the tempo of the match and put the Eagles' defense under pressure.
MacGinty, on the other hand, will need to manage the game effectively, distribute the ball wisely, and make the right decisions under pressure. It's a battle of wits between two experienced fly halves.
And then, of course, there's the clash of styles out wide. Spain loves to spread the ball wide and attack with their pacey backs. The Eagles, while possessing speed of their own, might need to adopt a more direct approach to counter that.
It's a classic clash of contrasting styles. Spain's backs, led by wingers John Wessel-Bell and Julian Goya, are lightning fast and dangerous in open space. The Eagles will need to be disciplined on defense, close down space quickly, and make their tackles count.
It sounds like the Eagles' defensive organization will be crucial in this match. They can't afford to give Spain's backs any room to run.
Exactly. They need to shut down Spain's wide game and force them to play through the middle, where the Eagles' physicality and strength can be more effective.
It's going to be a fascinating tactical battle. The Eagles will need to adapt their game plan and find a way to neutralize Spain's strengths while exploiting their weaknesses.
And that's what makes this match so intriguing. It's not just a physical contest. It's a mental battle as well. The team that can adapt better and execute their game plan more effectively will likely come out on top.
So what are your final predictions? Who do you think will win this clash of styles?
Oh, it's a tough one to call. Spain is a strong team playing at home, but the Eagles are on a roll and brimming with confidence. I'm going to go with the Eagles in a close one. I think their physicality and set piece dominance will prove to be the difference.
I like your optimism. I'm going to agree with you. I think the Eagles will win by a narrow margin, but it's going to be a hard-fought battle from start to finish.
Absolutely. This is a match that could go down to the wire. And for rugby fans, that's what we love to see. A tight, intense contest between two quality teams.
I can't wait. It's going to be an epic encounter. All right, so as we kind of wrap up our deep dive on the USA Eagles and their upcoming clash with Spain, I keep coming back to this question.
Yeah.
Can they really, can they really contend on the world stage?
Right.
They're playing well, ranked 15th in the world. But is that World Cup contender talk? Is that premature?
It's early for sure, but the signs are promising. What really impresses me about this Eagles team is their growth mindset. They're not satisfied with just winning. They're constantly looking for ways to improve and evolve their game.
Yeah, and they're not shying away from challenges facing Spain, a team known for their kind of unorthodox style. That's going to be a true test of their adaptability and tactical flexibility.
Oh, absolutely. This match is like a microcosm of what they'll face on the road to the World Cup. Can they adjust their game plan? Can they exploit Spain's weaknesses while minimizing their own?
Right, exactly. And can they maintain that level of intensity and focus we saw against Tonga, especially against the Spanish side that will be fired up, playing in front of their home crowd?
Those are the key questions. If they can answer those questions with a resounding yes, then the World Cup contender conversation becomes a lot more serious.
And it's not just about the Eagles themselves, right?
Right.
Let's not forget the ripple effect of their success. A strong performance from the Eagles not only boosts their World Cup aspirations, but it also elevates the profile of rugby in the U.S.
Absolutely. If it inspires young athletes, it attracts new fans, and it brings more resources into the sport. A rising tide lifts all boats, as they say.
And speaking of rising tides, the emergence of young talent like Noah Brown, that's incredibly exciting. He's a symbol of the bright future of USA Rugby.
Oh yeah, his debut against Spain. That's a moment that could captivate the rugby world. Imagine him, scorching down the sideline, leaving Spanish defenders in his wake. It it's a story that could capture the imagination of fans worldwide.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. All right, but let's bring it back to this weekend's clash. What are you most looking forward to watching?
Well, for me, it's the battle of the fly halves. AJ MacGinty for the USA, Guillaume Rouet for Spain. Two experienced playmakers, each with their own unique style. It'll be a fascinating chess match.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And of course the clash of styles between the Eagles' forward-oriented power game and Spain's more expansive backline-driven approach. I mean,
Yeah.
that's going to be captivating to watch.
It really is. It's a match that has all the ingredients for a rugby classic. High stakes, contrasting styles, and a healthy dose of national pride.
So for all you rugby enthusiasts out there, set your alarms early. The USA Eagles take on Spain. And you won't want to miss a moment of the action.
This match could be a defining moment in the USA Eagles journey. A victory would send a powerful message to the rugby world. They're not just here to compete. They're here to win.
And who knows, maybe, just maybe, this is the start of something truly special. We'll be watching closely, eager to see if the Eagles can soar to new heights. Until next time,